Hi, it's Matt from Go Green Autos. So here we have a Nissan Leaf. This is a 2019 40 kilowatt hour Tekna model, and this is only 11 months old. So being a Tekna model, it's top spec. So you get 17-inch diamond cat alloy wheels, you get these very nice LED headlights. Inside you get leather seats, and these have got suede and blue piping, look really good. You've also got a Bose sound system. You've also got heated seats here, and you've got heated seats in the back, and you also get a heated steering wheel. The switch is down here, and that's quite important in an EV, is because it's much more efficient to heat your contact points. So heat your seat, heat the steering wheel, and that's more efficient than trying to heat all of the air. So I'll just start this up. You get a nice animation on the 40 kilowatt hour Leafs. So being a Tekna model as well, if I just put it into reverse, you have 360-degree cameras on this, so a camera at the front, back, and also on the sides, and you can see a bird's eye view of the car here. And this one has also got the ePedal system, which is the new one pedal driving. It's basically very strong regen, and it will bring you to a complete stop without touching the brakes. We've also got lane assist on this, blind spot monitoring. We've also got the ProPilot system, and we've got adaptive cruise control. So what the ProPilot does is sort of bring all those technologies together to give you semi-autonomous driving. So it works on sort of dual carriageways, motorways. You flick that on, it gives you adaptive cruise control and your lane assist, and it packages it all into one, so it does your driving for you. You have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. If you take your hands off, it will give you warnings to put your hands back on. But it does the driving for you, maintains the speed, maintains the gap from the vehicle in front, and it does the steering, keeps you in the lane, and it works really nicely. So let's talk about range. This is a 40 kilowatt hour battery pack. The battery is owned as well, and range is very much dictated on driving style, just like it is with a petrol or diesel car. If you're going to drive inefficiently and fast, you're not going to drive so far, and it's no different with electric cars. However, with electric cars, outside temperature does have an impact as well, because batteries are less efficient in the winter, and heating requires a huge amount of energy, because you have to generate heat, because there's no heat generated under the bonnet like there is with a petrol or diesel vehicle. So this has got a heat pump heating system, so it is more efficient. But in the winter, that's why EVs use have less range, because they need to they consume more power. So just as a guide, it's showing at the moment 157 mile range. We've got eco turned on. To be honest, these cars are so powerful, a lot more powerful than the previous generation Leafs. They've got a more powerful motor, and you would drive with eco on all the time, to be honest. They're plenty powerful enough, and it's showing 157 miles. It's fully charged. I was driving this yesterday, had a test of the ProPilot, very impressed with that and the adaptive cruise control. And it's estimating I've got 157 miles range with a full battery, and as we can see there, it's 21 degrees. It's very hot outside today, so sort of ideal conditions. Nissan say this car will do 168 miles, well, up to 168 miles with city driving. So I can believe that, because you know, I was driving this yesterday, and it's if you drive it gently, they're very efficient. But as always, it comes down to driving economy. But obviously, if you're going to be bombing along a motorway at 70-80 miles an hour, you're not going to get that. So this car's also got sat-nav, obviously, DAB radio, Bluetooth, music streaming. They've got all the stuff that you would expect from a modern car. But this has also got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is a really nice system. So to use those, you obviously need a smartphone, and you need to plug it in. So I've got a cable here plugged into the USB socket, and I'm just going to plug my phone in, if I can do that one-handed. A bit awkward, there we go. So my phone's plugged in. I probably have to unlock it. And here we can see the Android Auto logo popped up. So I can click on that, and I now get screen mirroring. So all my contacts, my Google Maps, my music streaming, all my sort of podcast apps, everything like that is on there. Really nice system. And also voice control works much better. So cars have voice control, as this one does. You've got a button here, and you can use the car's own voice detection system. However, I find the car ones always hit and miss, whereas if you use the Android one, you know, the OK Google, that just works so well. There we are, it's detected it. So it works so well. Cancel.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
So as an example, if we were driving along, I could say, OK Google, navigate to Go Green Autos. And what it does here is
navigating to Go Green Autos Limited.
There, it's found the business, it's looking on the internet, it's getting the instructions.
Head south.
And we're here already, so we're just down the lane. So I've done all that without taking my eyes off the road or touch the screen at all. So really nice system. So the purpose of these videos is to show the condition, and that gives people the confidence to buy the vehicle without coming to view it first. So I point out every little mark, scratch or stone chip I can find. I don't hide anything because there's no point, because you know, you're going to get the car anyway. So I'm very upfront, very honest. I point out everything I can find. So with this car, it is only 11 months old, so it's still like new, really nice condition. There's only a couple of little marks I've got to point out. So we'll start here. There isn't a mark or stone chip down the side. That alloy wheel is all scuff free, really nice condition. There's just nothing to show you. There's a little mark on this wheel here, but I'll have a go at T-cutting that. That might come out. There's a little scuff on the spoke there, quite minor. Going around the back, I don't think there's anything to point out around here. No, there isn't. I would just say while we're here, they've really smartened up the back of the Leaf. These new Leafs look so much better than the previous one. This one's got this nice metallic blue strip down the bottom and along the top, and then we've got the zero emission scuff plate here. Let's just show you inside. We've got the Bose amplifier here, we've got storage nets on both sides, and we've got a new charge cable here because the charge cable was missing, as they are on a lot of electric cars, and that's a 5 meter 32 amp type 2 to type 2 charge cable. And then carrying on round, that alloy wheel is all good. The tyre tread depths are on the website. And anything I point out, I've got a photo gallery on the website, so you can look at all the pictures, you can zoom in as well and have a really good look. The only thing I need to point out around here, there was a little mark here, tiny little scratch, about 3mm, so I've dabbed a bit of white touch-up paint in there, touch-up stick. That's still drying, so it is visible, but you know, it's half a fingernail mark there. The rest of it is all good. The only thing to show you on here is a little bit of curbing on this alloy wheel, 2.5 inches worth just there. The rest of it's all good. And then there was a couple of little stone chips. There was 2 tiny ones there, and there's one more here somewhere there on the charge flap, and that's it. The rest of it is in really good condition. So you would expect a car to have a few stone chips on the front, because all cars, you know, pick up stone chips as they're driving, but yeah, really good condition car. It's absolutely faultless, and obviously everything works as it should do. Of course it's going to, it's only 11 months old, and you've got the remainder of the warranty on this as well. So from new, you get a 3-year manufacturer's warranty on the car, 5-year cover on the EV powertrain, so that's effectively everything under the bonnet, the electric motor, the charger and the inverter systems, all the high voltage stuff, the important stuff. So that's 5 years. And then your battery pack, which sits down there under the floor, that's 8 years or 100,000 miles. So obviously this is just coming up to a year old, so 7-year warranty on the battery pack, 4-year warranty on the components, EV components, 2-year warranty on the car. On the inside, nothing to show you, all really nice condition, very nice seats in this as well, as I've shown you. There's just nothing to point out. It's all scuff free, and really, it's, you know, it's still like new really. And then the mileage is 11,864 miles. So we've got 2 keys, and then here we've got the paperwork, but you know, it's still new, so not much to show you. We've got all the books, we've got the V5. It has had 1 former keeper, so 2 keepers, so I suspect this was a Nissan demo vehicle, I suspect. and the registration date was the 6th of the 6th 2019. And this has come from Tesla. It was a part exchange, so I would imagine the owner, the previous keeper, has upgraded to a Model 3, I would have thought. And the service book, it's all blank because it hasn't had a service yet. It's not old enough. So I will be sending it into Nissan when they come out of lockdown for its first annual service. There's not much to do on these. All they do is change the cabin filter, to be honest, and a quick inspection. So that will get done. And with a Nissan service, you also get 12 months Nissan roadside assistance as well, pan-European. So that's included as well. But obviously if someone wants to buy this before I can get that service done, because I am in the hands of the Nissan garage when they can open their doors again, which I'm hopefully will be sometime next week maybe, or the week after. But the vehicle can go before that if someone wants it, and I'll just deduct the price of the service. Just quickly talk about the charging on this. So being the new model, we've now got a Type 2 charge port, and this is the 6.6 kilowatt AC charging. So typically overnight charging, that this is where you'd use at home to charge the vehicle while you're sleeping. And then if you're out in public places, at supermarkets, often in car parks and retail parks, you often get 7 kilowatt chargers where you would use that and just get a top up while you're out shopping. And then this is your rapid charging port. So this is a 50 kilowatt DC CHAdeMO port. So this is what you would use on a trip, so in all the motorway services, in IKEAs, now in also many Shell and BP petrol stations, they're putting rapid chargers in. So this is your quick roadside charge, and this is your slow charge while you're parking or while you're sleeping, i.e. when you're not using the vehicle, and this is your rapid charge that you would use when you're driving the vehicle. So when you're looking at the photos, ignore the little black spots. They're not marks on the car, they're just flies. As you can tell, I'm filming this next to the rape field, and it's a really sunny day, and it's a nice shiny car, and all the insects have come straight out the field and landed on the paintwork. So they're just flies, not marks, obviously. So I can also supply a portable charger. That's often called a granny cable, and that allows you to charge the car on a normal main socket using a 3-pin plug. So those can only draw 10 amps, so they do take quite a long time, because obviously this has got a big battery. But it means you can start charging your vehicle straight away, and then ultimately you'll get a wall charger installed, and then you can charge 2 to 3 times quicker using a wall charger. So that portable charger, I do a free loan of those. So you have to buy the charger with the vehicle, and then you can use it for a month or so, and then when you get your wall charger installed, if you no longer want to keep it, you send it back to me and I'll give you a full refund. Hence why it's then a free loan. But most people end up keeping them because they're very handy things to have, because of course you can charge your vehicle anywhere where there's a main socket, which of course is every single building in the UK. So they're very handy when you go and stay with friends or family. Oh, and I've used it before when I've stayed in a hotel and there was no chargers, so I ran the cable out of the window from a corridor actually, and I parked the car on the patio, and I ran it out of the window and charged the car overnight. So they're very handy things to have. So this vehicle's ready to go if you don't want to wait for the service to get done. So if you're interested, then give me a call or email. I can deliver these anywhere in the country, and it will come to you on a flatbed or on a trailer, and it will be fully charged and ready to use.